So that would have been a 6-yard pickup. Or it was a 6-yard pickup. The pass to Wyant, but still faces a 4th down and 3, and now Indiana. And Nelson punts it away. And Cromartie again takes it at the 38-yard line. He reverses field. He's got some open field as he takes it in Indiana territory. One man to beat. Cromartie is going to take it all the way for a punt return touchdown. Caught the football at about the 38-yard line and then reversed field and caught that punt team all going left. Or they were going left. He went the opposite way. And a 62-yard punt return for Anthony Cromartie. That's going to make it 19-0. We'll see if they're going for 2 here. So Cromartie with his 2nd touchdown of the night. He carried the football in earlier for a 6-yard touchdown run. This time used his legs on the punt return and was able to take it in. They are going to go for 2 here with Eastman. And up the middle, trying to force their way into the end zone. They do get the 2-point conversion. 21-0, McKeesport after the 62-yard punt return. They lead Indiana with 5:04 left to go in the first. You're listening to Indiana High Football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
In this ever-changing complex world of technology, who do you turn for expert solutions? EMB Computing. Now in their brand new state-of-the-art facility, EMB Computing offers solutions for residential and business applications. Visit their showroom to see a variety of computers, laptops, MacBooks, iPads, business phone systems, and more. Your technology solutions are found at EMB Computing. Now at their new location, 57 North 11th Street, Indiana, and on the web at embcomputing.com. The technology specialists.
The first quarter is presented by State Representative Jim Struzzi. Proud of our progress, and the best is yet to come. Paid for by friends of Jim Struzzi.
21-0. So it went from bad to worse for the Little Indians as 3 and outs on their first 3 offensive possessions of this football game. On the last one, though, punted the football right into the arms of Anthony Cromartie. Make sure I get that name right. And he took it 62 yards. Nice job reading the blocking and following them all the way into the end zone. Here is Trayvon Joseph taking the football at about the 3-yard line. He's trying to fight his way to the 20. Doesn't quite get there, though. Good coverage. And this is a McKeesport team that we talked about. They lost their first few games, but they played up in competition. So
they played 2 5A schools and a school from Ohio. So they've had a tough non-conference schedule, and it's prepared them for their conference schedule. And as we said, they're 3-0 in the conference.
Yes, and people look at their record and think, oh, well, that's a team Indiana can play with, and you just don't see. You have to look a little bit deeper into the records than simply
the 4-4, correct.
Yes,
yeah.
and this is an outstanding football team, and they've got some big weapons here. Ball on the 17-yard line here for Indiana. And the give is to Thomas up the middle. Elijah gets about 2.
If you look at Indiana's schedule this year, really McKeesport, next week opponent Mars, and Chartiers Valley are the 3 schools that are larger than Indiana in 4A.
It's been a difficult season, and injuries play a part of that, but it's just not been the season that Little Indians have wanted. And this is a team, when you got a team with like a Penn State recruit or a commitment, that's challenging for this team. Here is Cosentino in motion. And up the middle
nice
instead.
Run by Parker Bowersox there.
Is going to be Parker Bowersox. And that is a good run, and that'll be an in-first bank first down as Parker takes it up the middle on a good carry to about the 27-yard line. So needed 8, he got 8.
Coach Wright mentioned in his pregame interview they were going to maybe scheme to try and get Parker some touches, that include rushing the ball, and we saw that with nice pickup there for first down.
Parker, a very good athlete for this Indiana team. We've seen him make some big catches in this season as well. 2 receivers split to the right for Quinn Lipniscus. One of them, that's Cosentino, in motion. He's going to fake it to him, and Quinn takes it up the middle. And not getting a whole lot. That's just not been there. That fake handoff to the wing and taking it up the middle. There's been actually very little up the middle other than that run by Parker Bowersox.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. It's tough, too, because if Rocco takes that ball around the eye side, they have a lot of speed. They can run him down, too. So looks like maybe a gain of 1 there.
So they will give Quinn 1 yard up the middle. Same formation here. As I think that's Thomas in the backfield. In the sidecar to the right of Quinn Lipniscus. 2nd down and 9. Here's Quinn running to his right. He's going to fire it down the field. Boy, he had Rocco Cosentino for a second, but he had to get rid of that ball quickly, and pass was off the mark as Quinn took a pretty big hit. And was that Wright again who?
Yes, that was Michael Wright, number 27, that laid the hit on Quinn.
He's been causing some havoc up the middle.
And the other thing you have is the nose guard for McKeesport, Javier Bray. When you're 382 pounds, it's tough to move him.
Yeah, he can kind of go wherever he wants to, Doug.
He may not be chasing the quarterback a whole lot, but he's
running past him is going to be, running through him is going to be tough task.
Reminds me of Casey Hampton of the Steelers back in the day.
So here is a pass for Quinn Lipniscus on 3rd down, and that ball off the mark again, too. And not as much pressure that time, but still having to deliver the football quicker and good coverage down the field. And that's part of the problem is, I don't know, it looked like almost a zone defense for.
Yeah, sometimes McKeesport plays a single high safety. Sometimes they drop back 2. It all depends on what front the offense is giving them. But Indiana's going to try and find some seams underneath that in that zone if they want to be successful with their passing game.
You don't see that a ton here, or Indiana has not seen that a lot this season. But Tyler Nelson kicks the football again and kind of kicks it out of bounds, but keeping it away from Cromartie, who had that punt return. Unfortunately, as he did that, he gave basically a net of about 12 yards on the punt.
Yeah, they're going to mark that the Indiana 40-yard line. So, again, they're trying to keep it away from the returner, but you don't want to kick it, straight out of bounds, which unfortunately I think that kind of went up the side of his foot, and that's what ended up happening there. So another short field for McKeesport here.
2:25 left to go in a slow-moving first quarter. McKeesport has the football again, this time at the Indiana 40. Here's Eastman. He's under center. Man in motion. Eastman back to pass. He's going to look. He's going to fire. He's got Boyd. Boyd makes the catch at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Flag over here. Flag is going to be on number 54, illegal lineman downfield. He was 20 yards downfield.
It's going to take away what was a pretty impressive pass play, as it looked like he hit Boyd just in the flat. So,
yep, an eligible man downfield.
So that play's coming back. Nice pass play for McKeesport.
I mean, he wasn't just, you only allowed a yard or so beyond the line of scrimmage. He was close to 20 yards downfield.
He just took off.
Doug, you spotted it right away, too, so you could see how far down he was.
He was standing near me and turned around and said, "What did I do wrong?"
Must be pretty quick to be able to get down there that fast. So we'll see what the Tigers elect to do here. Is now facing 1st and 15. Give is going to be up the middle. And pretty good run on 1st down.
That was Spell there. And I saw the stats in today's Pittsburgh post. He's averaging 10.4 yards per carry with 14 touchdowns this year.
Well, it looks like he got 11 on that carry, so that's pretty much right within his average, Doug.
Yeah, so yeah, a little over 10 and a half. He got it.
2nd down and 4 for McKeesport. They lead 21-0, scored on their first 2 offensive drives and also on a punt return. Minute 34 left to go here in the first. 2 receivers split to the left. Direct snap this time up the middle. It was to Boyd, who handed the football off.
That was the Spell again.
Spell took it, but I don't think he got the first.
Looks like they're going to mark him a yard short.
He may have gotten 3 yards. Boyd was in the playing quarterback in kind of a wildcat situation there. And now Eastman's back in, and Boyd's coming out. So 3rd down and 1. Ball on the 31-yard line. Under a minute to go here in the first, with the Tigers leading 21-0. Man in motion. Here's Eastman. He's going to keep it himself around the end. He does try to pitch it back. Great job by Cromartie to be able to get that ball, as it looked like it was away from him. Indiana does tackle him, but not until Anthony Cromartie picks up the first down. Not a great decision that time, I don't think, by Brady Eastman, who...
No, it wasn't, and I thought maybe his knee was down, Mark. I thought maybe they're going to call him down at that spot, but he got the pitch off, and it's a first down for McKeesport.
So it took it from the 31-yard line to about the 28. So got about 3 yards, which is all he needed. But I think Eastman would have had the first if he just kept it.
I think you're right.
Dangerous pitch.
It was a very dangerous pitch. He's lucky that wasn't fumbled.
Athletic play by Cromartie just to be able to receive that pitch. So here is Eastman, ball on the 27-yard line. He's going to hand the football up the middle. No, he's going to take it and pitch it himself. And taking it around the end this time is Valdez Stuvaints. And so he's going to pick up about 6 yards, maybe 7. We'll come back and sort this out. But the Tigers of McKeesport leading Indiana 21-0 here as we head to the second quarter, and they're driving again. You're listening to Indiana football on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
Hi, it's me again, Garrett Greek, your local mortgage banker at S&T Bank.
So,
if you're looking to purchase a new home to enjoy the changing colors of the fall season, we can help to make it possible. Visit me at one of our Indiana County offices to learn more about our mortgage options. You can also visit us at stbank.com or call us at 800-325-2265. S&T Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Life is full of choices, maybe too many. And one of the most difficult is deciding on the kinds of food you want your family to eat. That's why it's so reassuring to know that real butter is the natural choice. It's made from fresh, wholesome milk and nothing else. Compare labels for yourself. There's just no substitute for the real thing, real butter.
The second quarter made possible by State Senator Joe Pittman, proud to support all of our students in the 41st District. Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
So we began our second quarter here with a 2nd down and 3, so that carry by Stuvaints is a 7-yard pickup. Ball on Indiana's 21-yard line, and Tigers leading 21-0. Here is a pass out in the flat. Going to be caught by the Tigers for a first down. Take it inside the 10, down inside the 5-yard line. I'm trying to see if that was Boyd.
I cannot see that number either.
Yeah, it's 5 over here.
Thanks. You may have to help us, Doug. Neither one of us can determine if that's a 5 or a 2 from up here.
That's okay. We'll let the old guy down here help you out, guys.
You're a lot closer, Doug. Help us out there.
And so from the down to the 5-yard line. And the give is going to be around the right-hand side. Into the end zone is Anthony Boyd. Looks like a penalty on the play.
See if they call a chop block here or hold.
Doug, what did you see?
I think it's a hold or a chop block.
It's a hold, yeah.
It is a hold.
54's not having a great day. He was the lineman downfield on that touchdown.
Now he gets the
hold.
Yeah.
All amped up here tonight. He's not a senior, so you can't...
Is that Broderick Jones of the Steelers right there doing all that?
So the ball is moved back to the 15-yard line. And the give, it's going to be Eastman, and he's going to bobble the football as he tried to pitch it again. This time he's going to be trying to avoid tackle after tackle, but Indiana finally, I think that's John Wine, is going to wrap him up at about the 24-yard line. Again, he was looking to pitch that away, and a dangerous decision
another
again.
Late decision. The ball was free in the air. It was a late pitch again, and he's very lucky to come up with that ball. I'm sure coach is not thrilled with that decision making. I mean, they still are up 3 touchdowns, but you got to be more careful with the ball than that.
So he's going to lose 8 yards. As the ball is actually placed to it's placed right on the nose of it, right on the 23. So we'll see what Eastman and company elect to do here. 2nd and goal from the 24-yard line. He's back to pass. He fires it across the middle. He's got a receiver wide open. That's Stevates, who catches it for a Tigers touchdown. So Indiana made him work for it, pushing him back for a 2nd and goal from the 24. Didn't prove to be that difficult, though, as a great pass play across the middle.
No, and that's, just situation there. Indiana had a chance when he was careless with the ball, but he, lives to play another down and gets the touchdown.
An extra point on coming, and it's up and good. 28-0. The Tigers with the lead here. 10:23 left to go in the half. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and Renda Digital TV. Back after this.
Serving the community since 1953, Blairsville Floor Covering offers a wide variety of stunning floor options. From luxury vinyl plank and hardwood to indoor and outdoor carpet. Located at 26 West Market Street in Blairsville, they've set the gold standard in customer service for over 70 years. Stop by today or call 724-459-9350. Blairsville Floor Covering, where expert service and top-notch quality come together to transform your space. Blairsville Floor Covering. We've got it covered.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow. With a full line of apparel and promotional items, or visit them online and see the full lineup at snsscreenprinting.net. snsscreenprinting.net. Yes, snsscreenprinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
The second quarter made possible by State Senator Joe Pittman. Proud to support all of our students in the 41st District. Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
And as we come back, we have a kickoff. McKeesport, 7 plays, 40 net yards on that. Eastman to Stevates for 24-yard touchdown strike. Through the air, 28-0. Indiana starts off on their 19-yard line. Here's Quinn Lipniskis. He's back to pass. He's going to have to roll out to his right. Dumps it off. Able to find a receiver across the 20-yard line. A nice pickup here for Indiana. That is Graham McFarland. Good to see Graham getting some offensive action as he picks up about 6 yards on that play, and Quinn did a nice job finding him.
Yeah, and he rolled to the right, bought himself a little bit of time, and that's a good positive play in first down, like we've been talking about, Mark. You don't want to put yourself in these 3rd and longs constantly.
Yes, now you can do all kinds of plays on the 2nd and 4.
So 6-yard pickup. Thomas in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 split to the right for Lipniskis. He's got Bowersox coming in motion. He's going to take the snap, roll to his left. Trying to follow Thomas, the blocker. So he takes it down to the 29-yard line. So he's got to be really close to that first down marker. The official says he's going to get the first down. So 4-yard pickup for Lipniskis, and it's an in-first bank first down for the Little Indians.
Yeah, and that time Elijah Thomas just acted as the lead blocker, and Quinn kind of tucked him behind him and was able to pick up the first down.
Quinn looks like he's hobbling a little bit as he's maybe I was just looking at that wrong, but it looked like he was hobbling just a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, he's coming back from a leg injury. Let's hope he doesn't re-injure it here and gets through the end of the season.
Same formation here now on the 30-yard line. Here is McFarland in motion. The handoff is going to be up the middle to Thomas, but he's going to be hit and dropped. I believe that was Anthony Boyd who snuck in the backfield.
You know what's happening on that play is Indiana's offensive line got pushed back, and basically Elijah ran right into one of his own linemen.
Going to lose 2 on the play, it looks like.
Boyd came in virtually untouched and just perfect form tackle to forced that 2-yard loss.
McKeesport does like to run blitz into some of these A and B gaps, so it's going to make the offensive line's job even harder.
Spread formation here again for Quinn in the shotgun. McFarland in motion, bobbles the snap. He drops back to pass and was trying to do a little screen to Thomas, but it's tipped away. Incomplete, 3rd and long.
And the timing was all off on that pass, Mark. With it being low, he had to pick it up off the ground, and by the time he got back up to try and throw that screen pass, there was a defender there who was able to jump up and tip that pass away.
Thank those of you watching on our video feed here tonight. Appreciate that. It's 3rd down and 12 now for Indiana. Ball on their own 28-yard line. They did pick up 1 first down, but it's going to be 3rd and even longer as we saw some motion from the offense. They're going to
one of the receivers flinched there.
Go back 5 more yards. Both teams been plagued with some penalties here in this game, but difference is you have one team able to overcome them with the high-powered offense and skill that they have. Under 8 minutes to go here in this first half. 28-0 McKeesport with the lead. Here is Lipniskis, drops back to pass. He's going to have to roll out to his right under some pressure. He's going to fire the football and looking for Wyant, but boy, Quinn just had to get rid of the football quickly, and he's a little slower getting up as he took a hit. Nobody there, incomplete pass.
Yeah, he got some quick pressure off the left side there and had to roll away from it and just try to get rid of the ball.
I know the head official wanted to make sure there was someone in the vicinity, but Johnny Wyant was in the vicinity of that pass.
Yeah, and I think that's who Quinn actually was trying to get the football to him, but awfully tough to do that. Sorry if I'm getting in your way, Jeff.
Yeah, no, you're good, Mark.
We're trying to squeeze into this booth here tonight and be able to see out the window. And here's another kick by Nelson. This one is going to take a bounce. Cromartie is going to field the football, and he's going to reverse field. He's has some open field here to his left. And he's finally going to be spun around and dropped, but not before he picks up a nice gain on the punt return. He fielded it right near midfield, right near the sideline.
I thought he stepped out of bounds at first, Mark.
But then he reversed field and took it all the way across the 40, and they're going to place him down near the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. So McKeesport, I don't think they've started a drive.
Not in Indiana territory. Every single one of them has
50
been.
was maybe the furthest away, right at midfield. So Indiana 31-yard line. 7:33 to go, and that's where McKeesport is taking over here. Looks like they were trying to get another player out there. It was Javian Robinson. And the carry is going to be Colin Smith, who's going to take it around the right-hand side. And Colin's going to be able to pick up a first down for the McKeesport Tigers. They're going to give it to him just about 10 yards even. So first carry of the night for the senior. And he picks up 10. 28-0. McKeesport with the lead, ball just outside the Indiana 20-yard line. Here's Eastman. He's going to throw a little pass play, and it's going to be bobbled.
He had 2 receivers there, both. They were certainly mixed up in that play. The play clock was running out. He snapped the ball, and he had 2 receivers basically standing side by side. Neither one of them caught it.
He had Spell next to him and really rushing to get that snap off, and it just never looked like the play was comfortable there. So Eastman, incomplete pass, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Spell is now to Eastman's right. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. He's back to pass. He's going to fire it deep down the field. He is going to go and up top. And we just talked about Javian Robinson and using his size to go up high. 6'1" over top of the defender. It was pretty well covered, but that's a great catch by Robinson. It makes it 34-0.
And you're right, Mark. That was very good coverage by the Indiana defensive back. He just out-jumped him from the ball in the back corner of the end zone. Made a very nice catch.
Extra point coming up. And they're going to throw it as the snap is bobbled. The ball is going to be thrown away, so...
That's the second time they've had a bobbled snap on their PATs. The only thing that hasn't gone right for them tonight is their extra points.
34-0, 7:09 left to go here in the first half. McKeesport with the lead. Indiana will get the kickoff when we return in 30 seconds. AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
The second quarter made possible by State Senator Joe Pittman, proud to support all of our students in the 41st District. Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
7:09 left to go in the half. McKeesport now with a 34-0 lead over Indiana. Our Luther Ford Lincoln Drive summary: 3 plays, 31 yards. Eastman to Robinson for a 21-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was no good. Drive lasted 24 seconds off the clock. Here is the kick. Again, deep for Indiana, being able to try to fight his way forward. Joseph, and boy, Trayvon has just not had a whole lot of luck with anything in front of him except blue and red jerseys.
No, he's only been able to get a few yards upfield before he's hit by a wave of McKeesport tacklers.
16-yard line.
McKeesport has run 16 offensive plays. They've scored 5 touchdowns, and one of those was a punt return for a touchdown.
That's pretty efficient offense, Doug.
Yes.
So,
in Pee Wee football, how do you get 4 plays in when they only run 16 so far?
You don't. Cosentino in motion here, 1st and 10 from the 16. Rocco's trying to find some room, and that's... Sometimes that outside run looks like it's there when Quinn elects to either hand it off or keep it himself. But you mentioned it, Jeff, that speed on the outside by the Tigers. That edge isn't quite there as quickly as you think it is.
Yeah, we've seen Quinn, sometimes keep him, try to go up the middle. And like I said, if you try and go wide in this McKeesport defense, they're going to run you down. They have a lot of speed.
So Rocco's actually going to lose 4 yards on that carry. So we have that spread formation, 2 receivers left, 2 to right for Lipniscus. Back to the 12-yard line. Fires it, has Power Sox for a reception, and Parker's going to take it across the 15 to about the 17. Well, they may say his knee was down at the 16-yard line. So
no, they gave him the 17.
Okay. Official near us looked like he was moving back, but I can't. Coaches are in the way, so we're having all kinds of problems. So the ball is going to be, just about at the 17-yard line. 3rd down and 9, so 5-yard catch. Same formation here for the Little Indians as Quinn's back to pass. He's going to fire it. He has Force, and Caden Force is going to take the football across the 25-yard line. It's going to be real close to the 1st down. We'll see where they mark him. That's a good move by Caden after he caught the ball to kind of
and they're moving the stick.
Roll inside as the defender went to the outside, and that little move was able to get him a 1st down.
Ball looks like it's at the 26-yard line, 27.
So he needed 9, he got 10. Good pass and catch. 5 minutes left to go here in the opening half, 34-0 McKeesport. Cosentino in motion, the give is going to be up the middle. Thomas runs into a defender and stood up.
Flag.
May have lost a yard, but there is a flag.
Looks like in the area of holding. but they may decline it. I know they're talking with their coaches at McKeesport right now.
So the gain was, well, it wasn't a gain. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play, was Thomas.
Brought the ball back at the 25.
So 4:40 left in this half. We've seen Indiana move the football a little bit here and there, but two running backs in the backfield with Lipniscus. He's got Cosentino in motion. The give is going to be up the middle to Parker Bowersox. Rolls off one tackle. Gets back near the original line of scrimmage. So maybe gets two. It's going to set up a 3rd and 10. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Boy, what a difference in field position. When you look at the starting field position for Indiana, they're all around the 17, 18-yard line for McKeesport. It's been the 40, the 31.
Has a good offense. You don't need to make it any easier on them.
And I'm 40 and 31. I'm talking Indiana's 40 and 31. 3rd down and 10 now from their own 27-yard line. Trips receivers to the right for Lipniscus. He has Caden Force across the middle. Caden Force gets into their 1st down. Great pattern that time as he just made a quick in and sat down and waited for the ball to be delivered. A good pass play.
Takes out those 41-yard line.
You know, watching Caden out there, he runs nice pass routes. I mean, and that's, I think, Quinn's found him a couple times now because he's confident that he's going to be where he's supposed to be on the pass route.
And Caden's one of those guys who hasn't played football since junior high. He wanted to come back out and play for his senior year this year. And Coach had mentioned last week he kind of wished he'd had Caden all 3 years of high school.
Yeah. He actually golfed this year as well as played football here in the fall.
Another in first bank, 1st down for the Little Indians as they move it to the 41-yard line. And here is Thomas up the middle, but again, there's just nothing.
He's getting met in the backfield, Mark.
That's right again.
Get going.
Boy, and Wright's hobbled a little bit, but you see Michael Wright, number 27. It seems like every time there's a stop for a loss, he's coming up off the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, he's doing a good job shooting those gaps and getting in the backfield.
2:40 in the half. It's 34-0 McKeesport. This is Indiana's longest offensive drive of the game so far. 8th play coming up. Here is Lipniscus. He's going to roll play action to his right, trying to fire it. He does hit the receiver, and that's Rocco Cosentino, who's going to pick up about 6 yards. Well, maybe 5 or 6. We'll see where they spot it here at the 46-yard line. So that we'll give him 6 on that.
And as we've talked, Mark, we've seen them have success with these short passing plays. You know, McKeesport plays that, you know, they're playing the 2 deep safety right now, and Indiana's find some holes in that zone to help sustain this drive.
3rd and a long 4. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's John Wyatt in motion. That's setting up trips left for Quinn Lipniscus. Quinn is going to follow his blocks and try to find a little seam to run through. Doesn't get much here. It's going to set up a 4th down. We'll see if Indiana elects to go for it here. They're looking at 4th and about 3.
And if you're Indiana, you know,
I mean, what do you have to lose
why
at this
not
point?
at this point? Yeah, you're going into halftime. Let's try and pick up a 1st down here and keep this drive going.
10th play of the drive here for Indiana, so picked up a couple of in first bank 1st downs on this drive. 4th down and 3. Spread formation again for the Little Indians. Ball on the 48-yard line. Here's Lipniscus. He's back to pass. He's going to take it across the 50 himself. Boy,
he's real close.
They did not give him a great spot as he stretched the football forward. It looked like the football would have been close to the 1st down marker, but instead I think he's going to be a yard shy.
He's going to be a yard short. You're right. Yeah, Quinn did all he could to sort of stretch that ball out and get that extra yard, but he comes up just 1 yard short.
I think they're going to say his knee was down, and that if they gave him where he was stretching out there, he gets the 1st down. Instead, he's going to be just on the other side of the 50. He needed to get to the 49, and that half yard made the difference as McKeesport takes over with 59 seconds left to go in the half.
That's a shame, though. It was a promising drive Indiana had going to try and finish the half on a positive note, and instead they turned the ball over with a minute left to this high-powered McKeesport offense.
Well, we'll see what they elect to do. I imagine they're going to go for this here as Eastman is back to pass. He's going to fire it deep down the field. He's got a man open. Ball is going to be caught inside the 10-yard line. And I think that might have been, was that Cromarty?
Number 2, I believe.
2. Yep, that is Anthony Cromarty. Thanks, Doug. Those 2s and 5s are hard to spread out. So that is a huge pass play from the 50 all the way down to the 7, 43 yards. Here is going to be the carry. Eastman into the end zone. Touchdown. Brady Eastman makes it 40-0 with 33 seconds left. That didn't take long.
No, a minute was all McKeesport needed.
Well, a 43-yard pass play on first down helps out with that. So Eastman with the 7-yard run. Extra point. They are only going for 1 here. It's up and good. 33 seconds before the half. It's 41-0. McKeesport with the lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
Worried about breaking your piggy bank trying to pay for higher education? At Marion Center Bank, they've partnered with the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency to bring you the PA Forward Student Loan Program. Low fixed interest rates, flexible repayment options, and no prepayment penalties. You can focus on your studies without the financial stress. Call or visit any of their 7 local branches to learn more. They are here to keep your piggy bank safe. Marion Center Bank, moving forward with higher education. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The second quarter made possible by State Senator Joe Pittman, proud to support all of our students in the 41st District. Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
So if McKeesport gets the football back with 59 seconds left to go in the half, it only took them 26 seconds. 2 plays, 50 yards, 41-0 after the 7-yard run by Eastman. Helped out by a big pass play to Cromarty for 43 yards prior to that.
I'll try to get a quick comment from Coach Wright here at the half.
Absolutely. Impressive team here with this McKeesport Tigers. We kind of expected that. I think we've seen some positive things from this Indiana offense at times. Defense really has not had an answer for any of the weapons that McKeesport has thrown at him, and they've thrown quite a bit at him tonight. Joseph has had a tough night returning these kicks. He's going to take it up at the 4-yard line. Takes it around the right. He does find some running room this time as he crosses the 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet at the 45. Takes it near midfield. And just as I say that, Trayvon Joseph has a great return as he follows his blocks around the right side and takes the football into McKeesport territory. And
actually, he's going to spot it right to 50, but still a great return.
Now, you're right. They do say he went right out of bounds there. But so if you're Indiana, you might have been thinking of just taking a knee and going into the half, but now you might take a couple of shots just because of that return.
Sure, 20 seconds left. Let's try and complete a couple of passes, see if we can get something in the end zone here before halftime.
We'll see what happens here with Joseph split way out here to the left. 2 receivers left, 2 right for Quinn. Back to pass. 5-step drop. He's going to fire it deep across the middle. It's overshooting everybody. Looking for Cosentino, but there's nobody close to that one.
I tell you what, that was close to. I mean, the hit wasn't that late, but it was up towards the head. So that's. I know Coach Wright was asking, is that not a roughing call?
Yeah, it was. Could have close to a late hit, but more close, I think, to a high hit, which you don't like to see, especially in a game that's already out of hand. 15 seconds to go here. 2nd and 10. See what Lipniscus does. He's going to hand the football off. Gets it to Thomas, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. So I think that maybe that hit on Quinn kind of made Brad think twice about going for it. We're going to go down to Coach Brad Wright with Doug Steve.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And Coach, very explosive McKeesport team. You knew that coming in. They ran 18 offensive plays, 6 touchdowns. But Indiana offensively, they're able to move the ball a little here in the first half with some short passes.
Yeah, you know what? We're not playing intimidated. I think, we did some good things on offense. We had a low snap that hurt us. We had the screen was there, and snap was low, so the time was off. And then we had a penalty in the next play. But we've managed to get a few first downs. I'm happy with the way we're battling. They're playing zone coverage on us, so there are some windows there. The windows close very fast because they're very fast, but Quinn did a nice job of putting the ball in the windows, getting rid of the ball quickly, which was part of the game plan this week. So.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Go get him the second half. Okay, there you have it, head coach Brad Wright, and we'll send it back upstairs.
Thank you, Doug. Our sideline report's brought to you by Crimson Wealth Management Group as well as by Blairsville Floor Covering. So we appreciate Doug talking to Coach Wright on the sidelines. We are now time for our SCG Hobby halftime show. Coming up in our halftime show, we're going to recap this football game. Here's some First Commonwealth quick stats. We also have an interview where Pat Doherty was able to talk a little soccer here today with Coach Todd Myers of the Indiana soccer team. They've got a big, I guess it's football in Europe. Football game coming up this weekend. So we're going to hear from Coach Myers and more. That's all coming up next in the SCG Hobby halftime show. When we return, AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing.
The Indiana Borough Police Department. Like your favorite team on the field, we're here for you before, during, and after the game. We take pride in being part of our community. From attending local events to engaging with students to caring for families, we're only a phone call away. Our team's mission is simple: your peace, safety, and comfort. The men and women of the Indiana Borough Police Department and our first responding partners are committed to serving and protecting you on and off the field. So as you cheer on your team, know that we've got your back. Stay safe, Indiana.
This is the moment to make this summer the summer in a 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander with its premium and spacious 3-row interior, award-winning safety features taking peace of mind to new levels. Dynamic performance with up to 6 drive modes and distinctive Mitsubishi styling, plus an innovative plug-in hybrid version. This is the moment to arrive with Mitsubishi Motors confidence. An industry-leading warranty, 2 years limited maintenance included, and roadside assistance. Drive home today starting at only $28,395. The moment is now during the final days of summer at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona.
Available on all 2024 model year vehicles. Coverage begins on original in-service date and expires at specified time of mileage, whichever occurs first. Coverage applies only to original owner, is not transferable. Valid only in U.S. Other restrictions apply. See www.mitsubishimotorsconfidence.com for full program details. Manufacturer suggested retail price. Excludes destination handling, tax, title, license, dealer charges, and options. All supplies last. Limited availability. Participating dealers may require placing an order and causes delay in delivery. Retailer price, terms, and vehicle availability may vary. See your local Mitsubishi retailer for details.
Wow! Quick, Ken, we're getting higher and higher!
Almost as high as the closing fees on those mortgages we sold last month.
And we keep getting higher!
I know! Our closing costs are making us a fortune right now!
They sure are, but I meant we are getting higher towards the moon!
Hey, and the best thing is our customers can't find us up here!
Tired of closing costs and hidden fees going to the moon? Are you fed up with online mortgage companies treating you like an astronaut who doesn't have problems with things going higher and higher? Refinancing or purchasing a new home? InFirst Bank is here for you. They've been the trusted local mortgage lender for over 100 years. They won't surprise you with increased closing costs or hidden fees, only personalized service. They'll work with you every step of the way to get you into the home of your dreams. InFirst Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
First Bank here for you since 1922.
It's time for the SCG Hobby Halftime Show. SCG Hobby of Indiana. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy.
41-0 McKeesport Tigers with the lead over Indiana. As we take a look at how this first half went, Indiana won the opening kickoff, or won the opening coin toss, elected to receive. Their first 3 drives, there were 3 and outs. McKeesport, on the other hand, they took their opening drive, went 2 plays, 34 yards. It was an Anthony Cromartie 6-yard touchdown run. 7-0 was the score. McKeesport's second drive, 4 plays, 50 yards. We talked about this Penn State commit, Keemon Spell. He took it 7 yards in. The extra point, though, was no good. It was 13-0 still in the first quarter. Another 3 and out by Indiana. And on the ensuing punt, Cromartie again took it 62 yards as he reversed field. Beautiful punt return for the touchdown. They went for 2 and got it. It was 21-0. Indiana then started moving the football a little bit, picked up a couple of first downs, but were not able to put any points on the board. The next drive, though, for the McKeesport Tigers, 7 plays, 40 yards. They started airing it out a little bit as Brady Eastman went to Stavanis for a 24-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was good, 28-0. Indiana again moved the football a little bit, but couldn't get it across midfield. And every time they gave it back to the Tigers put it in the end zone. This time, 3 plays, 31 yards, only took them 24 seconds. This time into the second quarter, as Eastman found Robinson in the corner of the end zone for a 21-yard touchdown pass. It was 34-0 because the extra point again was no good. That was the one thing Indiana was able to do, is block a couple of extra points. The next drive for Indiana, though, went 11 plays as they were able to move the football very, very well, just could not convert, inches short of a first down on a 4th down conversion attempt right near midfield, and they gave the football right back to McKeesport with 59 seconds left. Only took them 26 of those 59 seconds, though, as they went 2 plays in 50 yards. Eastman ran the football in this time, a 7-yard touchdown run, also helped out by a 43-yard pass on that drive. Extra point was good, 41-0. That was our halftime score. McKeesport on their senior night is leading Indiana 41-0. So when we come back, we're going to hear Pat Doherty's interview with Coach Todd Myers of the Indiana High soccer team. They have a big matchup coming up this weekend. So we're going to hear Coach Myers' interview with Pat when we return on the SCG Hobby halftime show. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
In this ever-changing complex world of technology, who do you turn? EMB Computing offers solutions for residential and business applications. Visit their showroom to see a variety of computers, laptops, MacBooks, iPads, business phone systems, and more. Your technology solutions are found at EMB Computing, now at their new location, 57 North 11th Street, Indiana, and on the web at embcomputing.com. The Technology Specialists.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
This Did You Know home heating tip is brought to you by Anderson's Heating and Air in Indiana. Your furnace has some important features to keep an eye on. The furnace filter, the electrical breakers, and the furnace thermostat are very important for an efficient and perfectly running unit. Now's the time to have professional eyes take a look at your furnace. Stay ahead of furnace issues with the team at Anderson Heating AC. Call today to schedule your furnace checkup, 724-465-8923. PA license 677.
Hi, this is Nate James from Dad's Garage. With over 32 years of experience working at a local import auto garage, I can work on foreign and domestic vehicles. If you're looking for a good, honest mechanic, call me at 724-403-3117. Call or text at 724-422-8507. The number is also available on Facebook. I'm at 38 Francis Road, Indiana, PA. Monday through Friday, 8 to 8, open Saturday. Dad's Garage, where you're treated like family.
We're back with the SCG Hobby Halftime Show, and I'm joined by a special guest, Indiana High School soccer coach Todd Myers. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on winning your section championship.
Thank you. Very unexpected, I will say, but thanks.
So, talk to me about that. When you say very unexpected, obviously every coach going into the season has expectations and those type of things. Why do you say it's unexpected?
We lost a lot of guys from last year. a lot of our defense. We lost center midi, so we knew we had to replace them. We weren't sure coming in the season who was going to step up and be our defenders. We pride ourselves on defense first, so we knew we had to get that in place. We were looking at, we did kind of a new section. We got some new teams moved in. We knew we had Hampton and Mars, and they're always tough. So when you think of section championships, you think of Hampton, you think of Mars, and so you kind of think that there's no way that how you're going to compete with those guys.
Yeah. So you just kind of, other than Mars, you've done pretty well. I mean, and the one Mars game was last second overtime, right?
Yeah, and those games came down to our defensive play. I mean, between the 4 guys we have playing defense and then our goalie, they've done pretty well back there. And the number of shots, I'm not exactly sure how many shots we have, but I know we have quite a few. We should Hampton out both times, which again is unheard of.
Yeah. So you found out you have a home playoff game. Is that correct?
Yeah, we play Saturday at 2:00 here, and against Chartiers Valley.
So that'd be a good event for people to come out to and cheer on these guys.
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, once you get into playoff mode, as you know, I mean, last year you guys pulled a huge upset in the first round. Talk to me about, how do you not let their heads get too big? How do you get them prepared mentally that it's just another game, and every opponent now in this tournament is a quality opponent?
Well, fortunately, we've been trying to squash their egos all season long. We've had to ground them several times halfway through the season. We're sitting first in the section, so their heads got a little bit big, and they started talking about all these records that we were going to break. So we've been dealing with that all season long. So since we have been dealing with that, we've grounded them hopefully enough that they know that anything can happen. We're going to remind them about last year, how we were the underdogs, and our huge upset, and that we don't want to be. We don't want to be on the flip side of that this year.
All right, so if I'm just got dropped on Earth and needed to know, who should I be watching on Saturday for Indiana? Who if you had to name 2 or 3 players for me, I know you got a whole team, so it's very hard. But, if you were going to say to me, hey, Pat, you got to watch this kid or that kid, who would they be?
Well, Russell Crane was leading the Whitfield in scoring halfway through the season, so I don't know where. We only submit that halfway through the year and then at the end of the year, so we have to submit that this weekend. So I don't know where he stands, but he was leading the scoring. He's got 20-some goals this season, so he's a pretty electric player. Our center mid, Tim Birch, and then our left wing, Tyler Hunter, are probably the 2 other that are pretty exciting players to watch.
Now you have a first-year goalkeeper as well. Talk to me about how he's done for you.
Well, Charlie, he's done great, but he had to fill in for Alex Barr a couple times last year. I don't even remember which game it was last year, but he played in. He came in and played a phenomenal game, and the coach from the other team was like, "That's your backup goalie." Like, I can only imagine how good your starting goalie is. So we knew he'd be good. He's an athlete. He's a big kid that isn't afraid of the ball. So that's. And we always say every goalie's a little bit crazy. So Charlie might be a little bit crazy in there too. You got to play a little crazy to play a little bit of goalie. So he's done a great job.
Now you've been doing this a long time. How many years have you been coaching at Indiana, if you recall?
Since, I don't know, over 30 years.
Yeah. So where does this team rank with the teams? And I know you're not done yet.
Yeah.
But where would you put this team with other teams you've coached?
Well, probably, I mean, obviously we're pretty good. We're sitting at 15-2, and especially since I didn't expect this. So obviously a very, very strong team. We've had other teams that have been very strong. What's interesting is, like, we'll have, some years we have a really solid midfield that can completely control the game, and other years, like this year, we have a kid that can score goals. So it is hard to compare each team to another one because it's so different. And I know more than I did way back when we had good teams. So the teams I thought were good back then probably weren't very good compared to what we are now. So.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking some time out. Wish you the best of luck Saturday to you and your team, and hopefully you have a deep run into the WPL playoffs and forward after that.
No, fine. Thanks.
All right, Coach. Thank you. We'll be back with more of the SCG Hobby Halftime Show after this.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Attention, men, women, and children. Urgy Hair is your go-to spot for a new haircut. Urgy Hair warmly welcomes walk-ins and appointments at the Indiana Mall. With over 5 decades of expertise, their skilled stylists ensure you leave looking fabulous in no time.
Looking for your dream home? Turn to Berkshire Hathaway Realty. Serving Indiana County and beyond, their experienced agents are ready to help. Residential, commercial, land, they've got you covered. Give them a call at 724-349-8040, the preferred realty company.
This is attorney Patrick Doherty. When faced with legal challenges, visit myself or Amy Doherty at 737 Water Street in downtown Indiana to assist with your criminal, family law, real estate, or estate planning needs. We are here to help.
Where do you turn for HVAC, plumbing, electrical, pump, and well supplier needs? Keith's Specialty Store. For homeowners, contractors, farmers, and do-it-yourselfers, contact Keith's Specialty Store, Route 119 in Home, PA.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Serving the community since 1953, Blairsville Floor Covering offers a wide variety of stunning floor options, from luxury vinyl plank and hardwood to indoor and outdoor carpet. Located at 26 West Market Street in Blairsville, they've set the gold standard in customer service for over 70 years. Stop by today or call 724-459-9350. Blairsville Floor Covering, where expert service and top-notch quality come together to transform your space. Blairsville Floor Covering. We've got it covered.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
The SCG Hobby Halftime Show continues. SCG Hobby with 4 locations: Oakland Avenue, Indiana, Altoona, North Huntington, and Latrobe. Now, let's get back to the stadium for a look at the first half stats.
And we are here at the George L. Smith Field at Weigel Schaefer Memorial Stadium on the campus of McKeesport High School. It's a mouthful. 41-0 is our score here at the Tigers, leading the Indiana High Little Indians. And as we just heard, it's time for our first Commonwealth Bank quick stats, and Jeff Cribbs has those for us.
Yes, I do, Mark. Thank you. 41-0 is the halftime score. You can imagine we have a lot of stats from McKeesport, but they don't have a ton of offense because, as we talked about, they had a lot of short fields. So these numbers are deceiving and not quite what you expect with a score of 41-0. But anyhow, rushing, Kimon Spell has 4 rushes for 39 yards and a touchdown. Quarterback Brady Eastman has rushed twice for 38 yards, and he also has a touchdown. Brady Eastman in the first half was 5 for 7 passing for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns passing. And his touchdown passes were thrown Anthony Cromarty, who decided we were going to call, right? Cromarty, want to pronounce it right. He has 1 reception for 43 yards. The touchdown passes were actually to Valdez Stuvance and Javian Robinson. They each have 1 catch, and both of them going for touchdowns. For Indiana in the first half, their rushing attack was actually led by Quinn Lipniskus. We saw him pull the ball several times and carry. He has 7 rushes for 16 yards. Parker Bowersox has 2 rushes for 9 yards. Coach Wright talked in his pregame about getting the ball into Parker's hands more often, so he's rushed the ball a couple times. Passing in the first half, Quinn Lipniscus attempted 15 passes. We saw them try and work the underneath of that short passes in the zone, which Coach Wright talks about, in his comments to Doug. He wants to work that more in the second half, so I expect to see Quinn throw the ball some more. He's completed 7 passes for 53 yards. Receiving the first half, we saw Caden Force catch 2 nice passes on that long drive they had before the half. So he has 2 receptions for 24 yards. Rocco Cosentino also has 2 catches for 13 yards. And Johnny White, Graham McFarland, and Parker Bowersox all caught 1 pass in the first half as well.
So as Jeff said, looking at McKeesport's starting field position, they started from Indiana's 34-yard line. They started from midfield. Well, obviously a punt return for a touchdown. Then they started from Indiana's 40-yard line, Indiana's 31-yard line, and then midfield again. So short fields every time for McKeesport. That helps with the low stats, but the important stat is the one that's on the scoreboard, and that's 41-0, the Tigers with the lead. When we come back, we'll take a look at some keys to the second half. All that and more. You're listening to the SCG Hobby Halftime Show on AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Renda Digital TV.
IRMC's Sunday's Corner Naniglo area, and Michael Jungwa, CRMP, would love to get to know you. For acute care of coughs and colds, flu, infections, and other ailments, or for annual wellness visits and disease management, visit IRMC's newest location at 3840 William Penn Avenue, Suite 3 in Naniglo. IRMC, better health, better life.
Whether your goals include college education funding, retirement planning, generating income, or reducing taxes, at Crimson Wealth Management Group, we've got you covered. We make it easy for you to make the right decisions by offering you access to a comprehensive array of investment products and wealth management strategies under one roof. One stop for all your financial needs. Crimson Wealth Management Group is committed to helping you pursue your goals, whatever they may be. Stop in and speak with me, Doug Steve, today. You'll be glad you did. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And this is Shannon of the Hutton Blues Insurance Agency.
Building strong personal relationships with our clients is the cornerstone of how we do business.
Hutton Blues Insurance is an independent agency representing many fine companies to offer you the best coverage at the best possible rate, whether it's for your car, home, life, or business.
Hutton Blues Insurance is located on Route 119 North, just outside of Indiana. We are honored to have been voted gold in this year's Best of Indiana County.
Thank you, Indiana County.
It's time for the SCG Hobby Halftime Show. SCG Hobby of Indiana. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy.
And we're back with our SCG Hobby Halftime Show. Kind of a cool atmosphere here at McKeesport as the lights go on and off, and to Eye of the Tiger as it plays in the background as the teams return to the field here to get ready to start the second half. So I guess as we take a look at the second half, Jeff, I mean, the game's out of reach, but for Indiana, what would you say keys of the game are, or halftime adjustments that they could make here to just take a look at the second half alone and put that first half out of their mind?
Yeah, and Coach Wright touched on it in his comments to Doug before he went to the locker room. They see the middle of that field open with the coverage that McKeesport's run in the secondary. They're going to try and hit some more of those underneath middle of the field passes, and they just want to try and build some drives. They just want to have a nice drive before halftime. If they can come out and they're not going to get the ball to start the second half, unfortunately, but I suspect we're probably going to see some different McKeesport players here in the second half. With we talked, they're going to finish out this game, go to 4-0 in the conference. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're not going to want to get anybody hurt in a meaningless second half game against here tonight. So, Indiana's just going to try and build on the success at the end of the first half and see what happens here in the second half.
It is going to be mercy roll here in the second half as well, so we'll have a running clock. Also, senior night festivities. They had a lot of seniors, and they have a different approach that they cut a lot of, like Indiana you have mom and dad or immediate family who comes and walks out with the senior. They kind of invite whoever they want. So they had some people who had very large groups walking out with them. It was kind of a neat, something a little bit unique here for senior night festivities for the McKeesport Tigers. That's going to wrap up our SCG Hobby halftime show. 41-0 is the score as we get set for the second half kickoff when we return in 60 seconds. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, and Rendat Digital TV.
Luxembourg's Jewelers would like to let the community know that due to unfortunate flooding circumstances at their downtown location, they have temporarily moved their inventory to their Indiana Mall store. Elegance and affordability like never before at Luxembourg's overflowing Indiana Mall location. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of Luxembourg's store-wide sale. So if you're looking for breathtaking engagement rings or searching for a stunning Christmas gift, there's no need to wait. Now is the time to visit the store-wide sale at Luxembourg's Jewelers Indiana Mall location.
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
The third quarter is powered by SeaWorld Satellites in Indiana, your one-stop shop for TV and internet services.
And we're getting set to start our third quarter. Kickoff brought to you by Grand Beginnings Children's Center. Get your children ready to shine at Grand Beginnings Children's Center, and that's the one positive about this 41-0 score is it's $41 Grand Beginnings is donating to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive as they donate points for kids, $1 for every point scored here in every Renda Broadcasting broadcast for football season. I'd like to see more of those coming from Indiana's side, but here is the kick. It's going to be just a squib kick, and that squib kick was enough to give McKeesport their worst starting field position of the night.
And that kick was done by Johnny White because Tim Birch is not here tonight because he had to have soccer practice because we heard at halftime Indiana's boys soccer team won their section. They're hosting a playoff game tomorrow afternoon, so we want to wish good luck to the boys soccer team tomorrow.
Some other teams, too, you mentioned, Jeff.
Yeah, the girls soccer team qualified for the playoffs. They're going to play, they have to go to Fox Chapel on Monday for an away game, so we're going to wish the girls soccer team good luck, too.
So first down and 10 from the 43-yard line here as we start the second half from McKeesport. And the snap is well over the head of Eastman. He's going to have to go back and fall on the football. So the ball was at the McKeesport 43-yard line. It's back even further now. He's had some difficulty with some of the snaps here tonight, both on the extra points and a couple of bobbles with some exchanges as well.
Yeah, and we've seen him, make some questionable calls on pitches, but that was just a high snap over his head there. He was lucky to go back and just recover it. Otherwise, Indiana would have great starting position if they'd been able to cover that fumble.
So from the 43 to the 22. So 21-yard loss on that another high snap, but this time they're going to be able to pitch the football off, making a couple of guys miss and being finally brought down at about the 31-yard line. It looks to be, is that Cochran, number 25?
I think that is 25.
Akeem Cochran, the junior. So that's where it will be at the 31-yard line.
Guys, you talk about programs and numbers. Not only does McKeesport, they have a freshman team, a ninth grade team. They have a JV team, and they also have this varsity team. So most schools now, ninth graders are up with the JV varsity program. McKeesport still has a separate team for ninth graders.
Third down and 21. You don't see that too often here as the give is going to be faked. It's going to be pitched now as Eastman takes it and does the option play. A flag is thrown, but Indiana will make the tackle after about an 8-yard pickup.
That's going to be a hold, I'm pretty sure, Mark.
Trying to see, was that Cochran again who carried it? Doesn't matter. And this one, you might just decline it if you're Indiana, and they will.
They will.
So that will be an 8-yard pickup, but it still is fourth down and 12. Actually, it might be third and
like 14, I think.
Fourth and 14.
And they're going to send the punter out. We're going to get to see McKeesport's punter tonight.
With the way the first half went, I wasn't real confident that we'd be saying that here in this game, but
either.
A high snap and a couple of decent plays by Indiana on defense, getting the stop, and they force a 3-and-out on McKeesport's opening possession. Here is the punt. It's going to be a high snap. They're just going to let it roll. And Caden Force wisely just lets it go over his head as he had guys to his left and to his right. And the ball is going to be down near the 20.
20, I believe. Well, the official's moving. Now he's just getting the other ball. Yeah, it's going to be a 20-yard line.
So 8:53 left to go in the third quarter. 41-0. McKeesport the lead, so we are in the mercy roll here. We will see what Indiana elects to do. We saw them move the football, as we talked about, through the air, taking advantage of that zone defense with some of the pass patterns. Here is Quinn Lipniskis. He's going to roll out to his right, hits Parker Bowersox, drops the football, and the ball is going to be picked up by McKeesport and ran into the end zone for a touchdown.
Javian Robinson, number 29 for McKeesport.
Well, that's a shame because Parker had a nice gain there on first down and just, got a solid hit and separated from the ball.
Robinson just hit him perfectly right where the ball was, popped it out. Guess you could argue whether or not he had good possession, but they don't look at replays that closely at high school, so that will be.
Now, he had possession. He turned and actually ran a couple yards, but got popped after about 2 yards there. But Robinson, if that name sounds familiar from McKeesport, his father, Dennis Robinson, was a great running back at IEP back about 15, 20 years ago.
So, about a 25-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, 47-0. Extra point is up and good. 48-0. 8:23 left to go in the third quarter. AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, Red Dead Digital TV. Back after this.
Hi, this is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and I'm proud to serve the 62nd Legislative District. We take pride in our communities, and I'm proud to support our area teams and all our students, wishing them the best of luck this school year. As we approach this year's election, I encourage you to make your voice heard, whether by mail or at the polls on Election Day. I'm grateful for your past support, proud of the progress we've made together, and even more excited about the future. The best is yet to come.
Paid by friends of Jim Struzzi.
The third quarter is powered by SeaWorld Satellites in Indiana, your one-stop shop for TV and internet services.
So, not much of a drive summary there as Indiana had the football, and it was about a 4-yard completion to Parker Bowersox, but on the tackle, popped the ball loose, and Robinson takes it about 25 yards into the end zone for a defensive score. Extra point was good. It is now 48-0. McKeesport with the lead. So they scored on a punt return. They've had a defensive score.
And a fumble return, yeah.
Here is going to be the kick. It'll bounce out of bounds, but that also gives Indiana decent field position.
They'll get it at the 35-yard line.
Which they'll take it. Although, we did have a good kick return by Joseph on that.
Right before the half.
Yeah, right before the half.
And Mark, I was talking about the soccer teams. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the girls volleyball team, which also won their section, and they'll be in the playoffs also. So we have 3 fall sports all seeing some playoff action this fall.
8:09 here on a running clock, 48-0. Bowersox and Thomas in the backfield with Lipniskis. Thomas is going to get the handoff. Works his way forward, but may only pick up about a yard. Starting to see some new faces in there. We should mention the quarterback for McKeesport is now Matt Miller. It is not Brady Eastman, as we called on that last series. Those 8s look like 0s for us.
No, and that's actually the
2s
coach's
look like 5.
son.
Yes. So they're going to give Thomas 2 yards on that carry. to the 37-yard line. Two receivers to Lepniscus' right. There, man in the backfield. That should be on the defense unless one of the.
Well, they could have gotten Webb for moving early. We'll see if they.
No, they called him the defense. Officials over here is signaling for the defense. He got a head start, but he was going to be in the backfield well before the ball was snapped. So we'll give Indiana 5 yards.
And Jeff, you're talking about fall sports. We talked about Caden Forsyth here as a receiver tonight, but he was one of the main players on the high school golf team that made the WPIAL playoffs as well earlier this fall.
Indiana's had a good string of success with swimming and baseball and just a lot of different sports over the past couple of years. And as Lepniscus fakes the handoff, he's swarmed and immediately tackled, and he tried to fake that one to Rocco and take it himself. Instead, he's going to lose.
They're back to the 39-yard line there. But it brings up a third and manageable. It's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it was 2nd down and 3, so they're only going to give him a 3-yard loss on that, which is generous for Indiana. Two receivers left, two split to the right. Here is Quinn, back to pass. He's going to fire it, and ball looking for Wyant and stepping up and almost intercepting that. I believe that's is that 15 or 16?
15.
So that's Brian Jones, the junior.
So not only are these numbers a little bit smaller, but when these guys start playing, the jerseys all bunch up and the numbers are going to get rolled together, and 8s look like 0s.
I mean, 5s and 6s down there.
Like
how can you tell?
It's tough from the press box. I appreciate Doug keeping it straight on the sideline.
Doug can tell.
It's easier down here.
But he had Wyant there if he would have gotten rid of that football just a hair quicker. Instead, it's going to be a punt out of bounds, and will be taken over by McKeesport. So 5:14 left to go. 48-0 is our score. McKeesport. We're going to see some new faces for them. You kind of called that, Jeff, where you said they're headed to the playoffs, and they've got a lot of skilled players, and with a lead like this, they're not going to want to
risk anybody getting hurt. Yep.
So they have the football back at their 38-yard line. 5:11 to go in this running clock with the mercy rule in effect. Here is Miller. He is going to give the football up the middle, but a tackle for a loss. Good job by Indiana.
Number 21, that's Avon Hudson. Loses 2 on the play.
So Avon Hudson will lose 2. It gets number 50 for Indiana, and on a tackle is that Dom McKenneth?
Dom McKenneth, yep.
So it's a good stop for Dom. 2nd down and 12. There's going to be the keeper for Miller. He's going to pitch it off to Cochran and bobbles the handoff, and Miller has to go and pick it up himself. And Cochran took a little bit of a hit there as he was holding his helmet there.
Yeah, and Miller was lucky to get that ball back. We saw Eastman make a couple questionable pitches, and it was a similar situation there where the pitch was pretty close to being fumbled.
But Miller will be able to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Just kind of went right off of Cochran, who was the intended back. So he comes to the sidelines.
Play clock's down to 6.
They're probably going to have to call a timeout here unless...
Yep,
and they are going to call a timeout. So we have a Luxembourg Jewelers timeout on our hands. 30:37 left to go in the third quarter, 48-0 McKeesport. They're facing a 3rd down and 9. When we return, AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM. Brenda Digital Media. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And this is Shannon of the Hutton Blues Insurance Agency.
Building strong personal relationships with our clients is the cornerstone of how we do business.
Hutton Blues Insurance is an independent agency representing many fine companies to offer you the best coverage at the best possible rate, whether it's for your car, home, life, or business.
Hutton Blues Insurance is located on Route 119 North, just outside of Indiana. We are honored to have been voted gold in this year's Best of Indiana County.
Thank you, Indiana County.
The third quarter is powered by SeaWorld Satellites in Indiana, your one-stop shop for TV and internet services.
So, we have Matt Miller in for quarterback for the McKeesport Tigers. Ball is at the 39-yard line. Tigers facing a 3rd down and 9. High snap. It's going to be handed off to, what is that?
Number 21 again.
Yeah, that's Avant Hudson. And Hudson gets near the line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that as Indiana does a nice job. Parker Bauer comes up limping off that tackle, but Jacob Snyder in there as well for the Little Indians. Ball he actually may lose a yard on that.
Yep,
so
they lost 1 yard.
We're going to see the punting team again for McKeesport. Caden Force sets up around the 33-yard line of Indiana. Ready for this punt. He gets it off, but it's a low kick, and Caden's not going to have an opportunity to play that one. It rolls out of bounds at the 22. So we'll see what Indiana's offense elects to do and what kind of personnel they put out there. 2:35 left to go here in this third quarter. See Graham McFarland there.
Got Jacob Snyder split out left to the wide too.
Wyant off to the right. Here is going to be Lipniscus back to throw. He's going to hit John Wyant after a couple of yard gain. And Wyant's then hit by about 3 different Tigers.
That was a hard hit, but he hung on to the ball there.
He did and was able to keep his legs moving. So he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the catch. They might even give him 4. It's 3.5 at least. So ball moved up to about the 25-yard line. Bunch formation here for Lipniscus. He's back to pass. He's going to fire it across the middle. Boy, he had Wyant wide open, and then John just took his eyes off the football.
He was wide open too, Mark. So they were playing that one deep safety, and he went to the other side of the field, that receiver, and Johnny Wyant was literally wide open on that play.
And I think that John saw how open he was and how much room he had to run.
Yep.
And
kind of turned his head upfield before he had caught the ball.
And the truth was, had he caught that, he could have still been running because he was that open. And shakes his head, and instead it's 3rd down and 6. Here's Quinn, back to pass. He's under some pressure. He's going to be hit and sacked.
No, they were able to open it. They were able to unlock it.
McKeesport
Yeah, they unlocked it.
just overwhelms the offensive line, and Quinn.
Back to he's at the 20 or 21 yard line. Looks like
21.
Yeah, so about they're going to say about a 5-yard loss, excuse me. So that sack is going to force a punt for Indiana with 30 seconds left to go. Never really had a chance to even look for an open receiver down the field.
No, he tried to roll to the right and just got pressure from his blind side.
McKeesport, even some of their backups, still able to provide some of that pressure as here's the punt. Take a favorable Indiana bounce into McKeesport territory where they'll fall on it at about the 41-yard line. That's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll come back with fourth quarter action, 48-0, McKeesport with the lead. AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, Renda Digital TV. Back after this.
Hello, this is challenges on the field and on the court. In life, you may face legal challenges. Whether it's criminal, family law, real estate, or estate planning, allow the gold-winning team at the Law Office of Patrick Doherty to develop a game plan that fits your needs. Visit myself or Amy Doherty at 737 Water Street in downtown Indiana and discuss how we can work for you. Good luck this season from the Law Office of Patrick Doherty.
It has one job, and that's to do just about anything. It's the Ford F-150, America's top-selling truck for 47 years and the official truck of the Penguins and Steelers. It's Truck Month at Luther Ford, and right now you can get 3.9% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 cash back on a 2024 Ford F-150, or 3.9% for 60 months and $2,000 cash back on a Ford Super Duty. Available at Indiana County's Ford experts and truck headquarters, Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City. Shop 24/7 at LutherFordHomerCity.com.
The fourth quarter is driven by 5-Star Mitsubishi of Altoona. A drive from Indiana or anywhere from the Heritage Conference will save you money.
And we are back. Ball placed on the 45-yard line. A new quarterback in there for McKeesport, as he's going to carry the football himself. I'm trying to
number 26.
That will be
Nasir Roan.
Nasir Roan.
It could be 28 there. He's running off the field.
Oh, my. That was one of them, Doug.
No, I think it was. When you said 26, I looked and I thought so too, but then when he got up to start running off the field, it looked like an 8.
Well, 28 is listed as a quarterback, so I think it is 28 now that you mention it. But he's going to pick up a yard. So that is actually Javier Everett. So Everett's going to pick up a yard. He's the new quarterback in there for McKeesport. Everett's going to hand the football off. That might be 26.
That was 22.
22. That was way off.
You're getting the first number right. You're getting the first number right, Mark. You're 50-50.
Flag thrown on that play, though, is...
Bauer Sox is still hobbling here. It looks like his right ankle.
Yeah, he got injured.
With a face mask against Indiana on the tackle.
Oh. So they will give it to 22, who is Kristen Thompson. But the face mask is going to push it even further forward. So ball now all the way down to the Indiana's 41-yard line. Here is Everett. He's going to hand the football off. Speedy runner here as he crosses the 35-yard line, the 30, the 25, the 15, the 10. Inside the 10, does he get into the end zone?
He does.
He does. Was that Akeem Cochran?
That looked like 25 to me. Well,
so, yes, sir. Akeem Cochran, boy, as soon as he grabbed that football, he was showed some impressive speed.
Rocco Cosentino tried to push him out of bounds about the 5-yard line, but he tight-roped the last 5 yards to get into the end zone.
So a 41-yard touchdown run for Akeem Cochran makes it now 54-0. 9:34 left to go in this football game. They're going to go for 2. Actually, no, they're just going to take a knee. It's a
well, when they lined up to go for 2, I was going to question that, but that's a classy move by Coach.
Absolutely. 54-0, 9:34 left to go in the football game. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Actually, we're going to take a 60-second timeout when we come back. AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, Renda Digital TV. Back after this.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
At First Commonwealth Bank, we know that financial confidence begins with the right account for the way you manage your money. All of our checking accounts are packed with online tools, including Credit Score Manager with 24/7 access to your credit report. And our debit cards are eligible for MasterCard ID theft protection. Find the best checking account for you at fcbanking.com. First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Member FDIC.
The fourth quarter is driven by 5-Star Mitsubishi of Altoona. A drive from Indiana or anywhere from the Heritage Conference will save you money.
So our drive summary, 3 plays, 55 yards in 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Akeem Cochran, a 41-yard touchdown run. Did not go for an extra point. 54-0 is the score. And on the ensuing kickoff, Preston Kessler picks up the ball and just falls down as the defense coming right at him. It was a squib kick, and he was one of the up men who grabbed it, make sure he fell on it right at the 40-yard line. 8:56 left to go in this football game. Lipniscus hands the football off. It's Thomas who's going to pick up about 6 yards on the carry. Been tough sledding in terms of running room for Elijah here in this football game. You talked about some of those big boys that McKeesport had on the defensive line.
And they've subbed in a lot of their line, too, at this point in the game, Mark. So they're not facing some of the starters. But, again, you know, they're a good front for sure.
Here is going to be Quinn back to pass. He's going to fire for a first down as he hits Trayvon Joseph at about the 47. Is going to fight his way forward to the 44-yard line into McKeesport territory. So a first down in First Bank, first down. 10-yard reception for Joseph. 7:52 running clock. You have Joseph split far to the right here. And McKeesport looked like they jumped off sides. We'll see if they were drawn. Nope, they're going to call encroachment. Penalties have been pretty even in this football game in terms of quantity.
Yeah, they have. And none of them have really been deciding factors, either continuing a drive or stopping a drive. So we 1st and 5 for Indiana here.
So, and again,
Quinn gets them to jump again.
No, he's taking advantage of some of these young, eager JV players at this point.
They want to record a sack, of course, and Quinn is the wily senior quarterback that's using his hard count to his advantage.
So that's another in First Bank first down on 2 defensive penalties back-to-back. Moving the football down to the 34-yard line. That clock continues to run here at 6:40. Handoff to McFarland. Graham is going to spin his way across the 30-yard line. The ball pops out, and I think McKeesport may have came up with it. Boy, Graham fighting for extra yardage, and the ball popped out, and McKeesport is going to come away with it. And that's a promising drive for Indiana that is stopped by another turnover.
Yeah, that's a shame because Graham had a nice, pickup for yardage there and was, they just said, fighting for extra yardage, and it was held up, and that second tackler came in and popped him and knocked the ball loose.
Isaiah Brentley comes up with the fumble for the Tigers. Ball at the 32-yard line. That's where McKeesport will take over. .6:03 on a running clock. 54-0 McKeesport. Taking over on their own 32.
So Indiana's had some opportunities this game. We've seen 2 different fumbles, sort of kill drives. This was their deepest penetration of the game so far.
Everett still quarterback under center. This time he hands it off. I know there's a 3 in front of that number. Gets about 6 yards on the carry.
I think it was 35.
That's 35.
I didn't want to say that just until I knew for sure. There's no 36, so that'll be all right. So Eugene Wright.
Well, you said the 3 right. You're always good with that first number.
First number I'm going to get. So we'll pick up. Actually, they're going to give him 7 yards. 5 minutes left to go in the football game. McKeesport. We saw that what their offense was capable of here in this football game tonight, using multiple different ways to score on the Little Indians. Here's Tripp's receivers to the left. Everett in the shotgun formation. He's going to roll to his left. Indiana's trying to chase him. He reverses field. Still on his feet. Is he still on his feet as he finally brought down, never got to the first down markers, so he ran an awful long way to get 0 yards.
That was a high snap to begin with and kind of threw off the timing of the play, and then he ran to left and found some defenders there, cut back to the middle, tried to go on the right side, and eventually gets tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Now, Doug, was that Everett or was that Thompson who carried that?
I believe it was Everett.
Okay, I didn't know if that might have been 22 snuck in there on me. We apologize. I know that sounds terribly unprofessional to have to keep going down to the sidelines to ask clarification on numbers, but
the Indiana numbers are definitely easier to read than
they're very easy to read, and the McKeesport numbers, especially when they're out on the field, are very challenging to decipher between a couple different ones. So whistle here. I didn't see a flag. They are calling delay of game.
Delay of game. Okay.
So they didn't throw the flag, but they. So they did throw a flag here. Okay. Either way.
Moves the ball back to the 35-yard line.
So it was a 3rd down and 2. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 7. Handoff off the left-hand side. Jacob Snyder's giving chase. They're going to bring him down, and we'll make the stop, set up a 4th down here for McKeesport. Snyder brings him down, and he's up hobbled.
Yeah, he kind of got his leg whipped out from underneath him when I think when Rocco made the tackle, he kind of got leg whipped into his knee, and Jacob needs to come off the field. He's limping really bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I just got a text from Pat Doherty. He said he can read the numbers better than you.
That sounds like Pat. Well, he can come here and help us read these numbers if he'd like.
Well, he had another commitment, but
I know he did. I was just joking.
Late in the game here.
Well, that ball almost bounced off of a player as the ball is punted. And Indiana's going to fall on top of it. Yeah, we miss Pat. It's always easy to, when one of us misses a football game, we
like to give each other one a hard time.
Yep,
yeah.
Like to give him a little bit of a hard time. But I know Pat did have another commitment that he had, and I think he'll be back next week. But Doug, I think we're losing you next week.
Yeah, I have another commitment to get to, so this will be my last game. But there must have been food tonight in Pat's commitment, because that's why he's not here.
Well, next week we're traveling to Mars for the final football game of the regular season for Indiana, and final game for most of these seniors. Indiana from their own 35-yard line. Here's Quinn. He's back to pass. He's going to fire the football. Boy, he had 2 receivers over there, Joseph and McFarland. He could have tried to find the soft spot in with one of them and just went over everybody.
And Quinn had time on that play, and that kind of brings up a good point that what Doug mentioned. Indiana hasn't substituted any of the players, but this is their last. These seniors, this is their last chance to play some football. So coach is going to let them play out the rest of this game, and we'll see them, again all next week at Mars, because Indiana's obviously not going to have any playoff football for them this year.
2nd down and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Here is Quinn back to pass. He's going to fire it. He hits Caden Force. Caden takes it to the 40-yard line. So 5-yard pickup.
He's had about, 4 receptions today, Caden?
I thought he's had a nice
4 or
night.
5, yes.
He's done a nice job of running that route to find the soft spot in the zone and just kind of setting up shop there.
Now, if he would have had his dad's speed, he could have taken that to the house a couple times.
We know
Caden's a lot faster
than his dad, for sure.
Doug says Pat says his food was very good. Doug, he wanted you to know.
As far as sheets.
Here is Force again.
Ooh, that's incomplete. Yeah.
Caden had it in his hands, but good defensive play to knock it loose.
And Indiana doesn't have to run another play, but we'll see if they do. Hopefully they can get one more off.
Well, they're going to bring a 4th down. Either they're going to, just throw it deep, or they're just going to let the clock run out. I'm not sure which they're going to do here, but no need to punt, obviously.
Looks 15 seconds left to go, 54-0.
Looks like they're going to try and get one more play off.
And Quinn does roll out to his left. He's going to get one more shot. He fires it deep down the field. He's looking for McFarland off the hands of Graham. That's going to end our football game. 54-0 is our score. Stay tuned. Our first Commonwealth Bank postgame shows up next. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and Ren Digital TV.
IRMC's
Seriously good. A great rate, legendary service, accident forgiveness. Not one, but 8 reasons to switch. Woohoo! See, I can get as excited as the next guy.
Your local Erie insurance agent in Indiana is Mark Phoebus at the Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261.
I'm State Senator Joe Pittman. From Indiana to Westmoreland to Jefferson to Armstrong counties, I'm dedicated to supporting every student in the 41st District. As Senate Majority Leader, I'm committed to ensuring our kids have the opportunities they deserve, whether it's excelling in athletics, engaging in extracurricular activities, or achieving academic excellence. Together, we're building a strong foundation for our children's success. I appreciate your support and encourage you to vote, whether by mail or in person on Election Day.
Paid for by Friends of Joe Pittman.
SCG Hobby. It's in the name. Sports cards, comics, gaming, and more. Speaking of more, they also have a huge selection of Legos, board games, Dungeons and Dragons, and Warhammer. Whatever you fancy, they've got you covered. Come join the SCG family for fun events and tournaments nightly, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy at the SCG Hobby nearest you, with locations in Indiana, Latrobe, Altoona, and North Huntington. Find out more by logging into scghobby.com.
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow with a full line of apparel and promotional items. Or visit them online and see the full lineup at SNSScreenPrinting.net. SNSScreenPrinting.net. Yes, SNSScreenPrinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
WDAD Indiana.
Back with our first Commonwealth Bank post-game show. We're going to get ready to record the coach's interview here as Doug Steve's about to get Coach Brad Wright. Let's send it down to the field with Doug Steve and Coach Wright.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Coach Wright. Coach, we talked about it halftime, but the first half, McKeesport ran 18 offensive plays, scored 6 touchdowns. They're very efficient, but they're big player. They're running back, one of the top in the country. As a sophomore, he really didn't do much, but the rest of the team did tonight.
We really keyed on him. The guys did a good job of shutting down the dive. I mean, that's what that kid does. They'll run dive with him, and he'll break 4 or 5 tackles and go off the races. And they didn't do that. So we made them use their other weapons. They have a lot of other weapons. And it was nice to see us take away that main weapon. For a sophomore, and you look at the kid, he looks like a senior. I mean, he's got arms like a senior. He's a special player.
It doesn't help in the first half field position. McKeesport, their worst field position was midfield. And they started in this territory several times. So like you said, they have weapons, and they got a big physical up front.
And what's interesting about their front is that they have a couple freshmen playing up front on the offensive line, and that's scary because those kids are good. So they have some good players. Field positions a lot in high school football, and they can flip the field very quickly, and they're able to do that with their big plays.
Defensively, they had the big nose guard, number 52. Bray's last name was 382 pounds. That's a difficult someone to move as well.
Yeah, I said to the kids at halftime, they were doing some nice things on offense. I mean, but the problem was we had good box numbers when we had a tight end in there. They were giving us 6 in the box, and we had 9. But on the right side, you have 380, and on the left side, you have all the speed. So it's like pick your poison what you try to want to run at. So.
Offensively, in the first half, you got, like you said, they're playing zone defense on you. But I thought Caden Force did a nice job as a possession receiver. He runs some pretty nice routes. He does
run really good routes. Think about this. This kid's been playing football for 8 weeks. He hasn't played since middle school. It just shows you the talent he has. He stuck with it. He would have stuck with it. He's a heck of a player.
In practice this week, we talk about McKeesport speed. Very difficult to practice against a team with that much speed.
We did. Coach Warwick had an interesting game plan throughout the week. We didn't practice football a lot when the scout offense was out there because he wanted them to tackle each and every person that could have the football in the triple option. So we had somebody tackle the quarterback and the dive and the pitchman every single play. And we were able to shut down the dive, so that was nice to see.
Again, Indiana did not give up. Second half, you come out there, and even though McKeesport some younger kids in. Indiana forced them to punt several times. So, I mean, again, Indiana, your players did not give up. They fought till the very end.
No, I thought we responded better this week than we did last week. We really harped on that all week. We got to keep our composure, show some emotional intelligence, and don't let people get in our heads. Their one touchdown was a fumble. We had a nice play. That was 7-yard gain. They still had one of their starters in the secondary, and he put a nice look on Parker and popped it up. Yeah, the other touchdown was a big run by younger athletes. Break away.
Next week, going to Mars again. Going into the season, I thought myself, McKeesport would be the top team. Mars would be the number 2 team. Even though the record doesn't show right now, Mars is still a very quality team.
Yeah, they're shaped up. They might have the best offensive line in the conference. I mean, looking at the kids they have up front, one kid's getting Division I interest. They're big. They're physical. We'll have a work it out for us again. They have numbers too. They have like 70 kids. They have a lot of kids.
Okay, well, go get them next week. Appreciate staying after the game here to talk here, but go get them next week at Mars.
Appreciate it, Doug. Thank you.
Okay, there you have it. Coach Brad Wright. Brad Wright back upstairs.
Thank you, Doug. We're going to continue with our First Commonwealth Bank post-game show. When we return, we'll recap it, take a look at some of the First Commonwealth quick stats, and later we'll take a look at our Good and Associates Good Player of the Game. All that and more. 54-0 was the final score here tonight with McKeesport defeating Indiana. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD, 100.3 FM, Renda Digital TV.
Hey, Indiana sports fans. Good Sports. The team at Good and Associates live and work in Indiana and have been serving this great community since and Associates Insurance to get a quote. 724-465-8887.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Sometimes you don't realize how dirty something is until it's sparkling clean. That goes for your house. What a difference a whole house cleaning would make. T's Window Cleaning will get rid of all that dirt, grime, and molds that builds on roofs, sidings, gutters, windowsills, and porches to make your home look brand new. Call today for a free estimate. T's Window Cleaning at 724-840-4160 or on Facebook.
In this ever-changing complex world of technology, who do you turn for expert solutions? EMB Computing. Now in their brand new state-of-the-art facility, EMB Computing offers solutions for residential and business applications. Visit their showroom to see a variety of computers, laptops, MacBooks, iPads, business phone systems, and more. Your technology solutions are found at EMB Computing. Now at their new location, 57 North 11th Street, Indiana, and on the web at embcomputing.com. The Technology Specialists.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
Call Walbeck Insurance at 724-479-9378 or get an instant quote at walbeckinsurance.com.
At First Commonwealth Bank, we know that financial confidence begins with the right account for the way you manage your money. All of our checking accounts are packed with online tools, including Credit Score Manager, with 24/7 access to your credit report. And our debit cards are eligible for MasterCard ID theft protection. Find the best checking account for you at fcbanking.com. First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Member FDIC.
AM 1450 WDAD.
So it was senior night here at McKeesport High School, and they honor their seniors in a nice way. 54-0 as McKeesport defeated Indiana here tonight on their senior night. So it's time now to name our Gooden Associates Good Player of the Game. And guys, I think we're in agreement for tonight as Doug Steve's joining us back in the booth. But we want to go with Caden Force.
Yeah, we mentioned his name a few times tonight. Coach Wright said they were going to be able to hit that underneath in the zone McKeesport were running. And, Caden had a handful of catches tonight. He led the team in receiving yardage. Had one just broken up. There would have been another catch. It was total towards the end of the game. But, I think Caden Force is our player of the game tonight.
I agree. He had a nice game. Actually was on special teams a couple times. He had some nice blocks on that one punt, I think.
The long return by Trayvon.
He had a nice block on that. So, yeah, definitely Caden Force tonight.
Well, we'll see if they elect to go back to this type of offense next week. Quick strike, quick passing offense, and maybe get Caden more involved in the game against Mars next week. So,
And we did see, I'm sorry for interrupting, Mark, and we did see Coach try and get, passes to the senior side. Johnny Wine, Parker Bowersox got some runs, Rocco Cosentino. So we talked about, the seniors were all out there towards the end of the game. This is their last chance to play football, and Coach is going to let them do it, and he's going to try and get the ball in their hands. And it was nice to see Caden get, some passes thrown his way tonight.
And that's what the defense allowed, too. I mean, who knows? Mars next week may come out and play more man-to-man defense, and they won't be able to make those passes. But at least tonight, that was what was open.
Yep. Jeff, you mentioned something before we wrap it up, too, which I thought was important. And we didn't always see this throughout the season. But the game was out of hand early, and I thought pretty classy by Coach Matt Miller for McKeesport here in the second half.
Yeah, so McKeesport did not attempt a single pass in the second half. We had the mercy rule clock running. And unfortunately, Indiana's been in this situation for a couple games this year, and we've seen teams still try and throw passes. But I give credit to Coach Matt Miller. He did not attempt a single pass in the second half. Every play was a run play. The one time they did score a touchdown, he had his quarterback go out there and take a knee. He didn't even attempt the point after a try. So that was real classy by Matt Miller because the score could have been worse. If he'd wanted to run it up, he really could have. I thought it was real classy by Coach Miller.
No doubt. And like you said, like both of you have said a couple times, that they're getting ready for playoffs.
Yep.
And you know what? They need to preserve their players, and they don't want to do anything crazy to risk their players for the playoffs.
So 54-0 was our final score for our entire team here at McKeesport High School. We thank you for joining us here this evening, and for Garrett back at the station and everybody here. We hope you join us next week as we travel to Mars with our pregame show beginning at 6:30 for the final game of the regular season for the Indiana High Little Indians. So tune in next week, and again, thank you for tuning in for us tonight. Final score 54-0. McKeesport defeats Indiana. You're listening to AM 1450 WDAD 100.3 FM and Renda Digital TV. Good night, everybody. Okay. Can I borrow this seat? I do better when I sit down. And these